Welcome back to these Church on a Mission videos, and today we're looking at the book of Hebrews, which is in the New Testament of the Bible, the second half of the Bible. And in the first chapter of Hebrews, from verse 1, the author writes this: "In the past, God spoke to our ancestors through the prophets, and at many times and in various ways. But in these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom also he made the universe. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. After he had provided purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the majesty of heaven."
What a great Bible verse.
That's great, isn't it?
That's the radiance of God's glory.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's a cool tagline.
It's cool. So this week so far, we've looked at having private times with God, being on your own with God.
Yeah.
And we've also looked at the importance of holiness, of training yourself to be godly and that kind of thing. I don't know about you, but I know for me at times, I know the importance of that stuff.
Yes.
But it can be hard to find the motivation to kind of make it habitual and every day and part of who we are and this kind of thing. I guess this verse kind of points to a bit of motivation, right? You was sharing a little bit about that. Do you want to share a bit more?
Yeah, because I have this burden, I guess, for Christians that your heart for Christ, your love for Christ, the beauty of your relationship with him is the motivation for your Christian walk. Nothing else. Because nothing else sustains it. I mean, it's talking about the radiance of God's glory. I pray that the radiance of Jesus Christ is your motivation. Because he's so good, because he's so beautiful, because he's so faithful. That's why you do what you do. Because nothing else sustains you. Think about it with like worship. You know, like I can come to worship and I could worship because I've got good things going on in my life. And I could thank God for them. I could worship because of suffering. I'm going through something tough, so that might cause me to worship. But those things come and they go. So if I feel in sort of just a nothing season, I might not feel as motivated to worship. But if I focus, I worship because my God is radiant. If I focus on that, then I'm always ready to worship, regardless of who's leading, regardless of what song I'm preaching now. You know, regardless of what song it is, regardless of where I am. I could be in Albania at a youth camp, I could be here at our church, I could be in a mega church in America, but God's the same God. And he's always just as radiant in each of these places. So for me, having God at the motivation for your private time and for your holiness, having his radiance and his beauty and your relationship with him as the motivation is the only reason and the only way you're going to see it through to the end. Yeah,
that's great. And one thing I've just noticed in this verse, it says, you know, in the past God spoke to our ancestors through the prophets, but in these last days he's spoken to us by his Son. As followers of Christ, we have the beauty of being able to see the Trinity, right? We see the and we have the Holy Spirit in us. So we see that the radiance of Jesus, and the reality is that same power of Jesus, that Holy Spirit dwells within us. He lives within us. So he's right there. That radiance is right there within us. And that just changes everything. It's great. It's so good. So that's so helpful.